Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to Celtic Legacy Wrestling. I am the Bard, the Keeper of Scrolls and Teller of Tales. Today I have the honor of presenting to you our premium event, St. Paddy's Gold Rush. In part 1, you're going to see AJ Styles versus Femi versus Doyle to determine the number 1 contender for the Slancha Championship. Hyperactive versus the Shewolves versus the team of LyraValkyria and Debbie Keitel to determine the number 1 contenders for the CLW Women's Tag Team Championship. British Strong Style are going to defend the Tag Team Championship in a 6-man tag against the Kings of the North. And the Brood are going to defend the Women's Tag Team Championship against the team of Lita and Victoria. Now let's get to the action. Welcome to St. Paddy's Gold Rush. Our opening match is for the CLW Women's Tag Team Championship. The champions, the Brood, Succubus and Raven Creed, with Paige in their corner, versus the team of Lita and Victoria. Lita and Victoria got a victory over the Brood a couple of episodes back on CLW, thus earning a championship match. Succubus trying to get Victoria to submit, but that's not happening. Victoria taking control of Succubus. The team of Victoria and Lita have been impressive since they debuted several episodes. Currently undefeated as a team. Pulling on her hair. Paige threw a kendo stick in the ring. Victoria maintaining control over Succubus. Power slam. Missing with that springboard is Succubus tagged in Raven. Raven going for a quick pin, but not even a one. Paige briefly on the apron, causing distractions. Victoria tagging to Lita. Lita now in there with Raven. Big kick by Raven, but she misses with that springboard moonsault. Lita in control of Raven. The sidewalk slam. Paige in the ring. Why is she in the ring? Not a participant in the match. Raven now taking control of Lita. It hits that springboard insult. Kicks to the face. Lita trying to get out of the ring. Raven just pounding on Lita's chest. Raven went after Victoria, but Victoria choked her across the rope. Raven now trying to make a tag before Lita can get back in there. Succubus is back in, knocking Lita off the apron. Raven rolled all the way out of the ring to the opposite side. Taking it to Victoria on the apron. Now going after Lita. They continue to fight on the outside. Lita making her way back in. Succubus coming in, catching Lita as she's posing for the crowd. Succubus now has Lita in trouble. Fisherman Buster could have almost gone for a pin there. Lita pushing Raven away as she tried to attack her in the corner. But they got her anyway. Snap suplex. It was the Brood's first match after winning the championships with Lita and Victoria that they lost. You gotta believe the Brood are gonna want to get a win here to prove that they're not just one-off champions. Victoria was reaching for a tag, but Lita was intercepted by Raven. Lita now taking control. Victoria finally tagged in. Setting up for, could be the Widow's Peak. Did she get a win with that? No, Succubus breaks it up. Paige cheering on her team on the outside. Lita now tagged back in. The basement dropkick to the face. Cross body from the second rope. Another pin attempt. Ooh. Oh, that was close. We almost had new champions. So, Raven is still in this. Needs to get to Succubus. Fighting back with a knee. Missed. She should have gone for a tag. Lita now back in control of Raven. This could be bad news here. Diving leg drop. Can she finish it here? We have new tag team champions. Our next match. Triple threat eliminator. The winner of this match will be the #1 contender for the Slancha Championship, currently held by Finn Balor at Celtic Frenzy. Styles already eliminated by Femi. We're down to Femi and Doyle. AJ was eliminated. You blinked. You missed it. Oba now taking it to Doyle. These two monsters. Oba just had a match with the Demon Finn Balor for the Sancha Championship. Came out on the losing end. There is no DQ in this match. Doyle powering up Oba. But Oba slips out of it. Doyle setting Oba up. Dropping him throat first across the top rope. Now working on the leg. Collision in the middle of the ring. Doyle with a claw choke slam. These two powerhouses just tearing each other apart. Reversal after reversal. Trying to pin him with just a foot. And he won. Doyle is going to Celtic Frenzy. Tag team. Triple threat eliminator. Hyperactive, Safire Reed and Anita Vaughan versus the Shewolves, Kasey and Owens versus the new team of LyraValkyria and Keitel. The winner of this match advances to Celtic Frenzy to face the CLW Women's Tag Team Champions, which as of our opening match is now Lita and Victoria. Leah looking to pin Anita. The new team of Lyra and Debbie was very impressive in the Battle Royal. Both members were still standing at the end. Another 2 count. Kasey trying to eliminate Lyra. This is going to be more difficult than our last elimination match when you have partners in there to save. Kendo sticks now coming into play. There's no DQ. Everybody's on the outside now. The win has to take place in the ring. But there is no count out or DQ. Lee back in the ring. Decided nobody was going to follow her, so she went back out. The match is broken down into chaos at this point. Debbie sent Lee into the floor. Debbie and Lee making their way in. Safire now in. Debbie. Electric chair on Leah. Kasey tossed into the ring. Going after Safire. Now Lyra back in. No eliminations yet. Nightwing by Lyra. Kasey making the save. Lyra to the top, but Kasey catches her. Just about slammed her on top of Lee. Springboard moonsault from Safire. Kasey with her own Nightwing on Lyra, it looked like. But Debbie makes the save. Kasey reversing that power bomb. Lyra not as lucky as Anita just planted her. Safire looking to take out Kasey. Oh, that's really close. No eliminations. Lyra taking Lee over to the ropes. Hurricanrana. Debbie and Safire, Kasey and Anita on the outside. Anita back in the ring. Got one member of each team in the ring right now. If one of them could just eliminate the other, well, their partner, I should say, is outside. By the time this match is over, the winning team is definitely going to have deserved to be a #1 contender. Anita being pinned and Safire is nowhere around. Hyperactive is eliminated. We're down to the Shewolves and Lyra and Debbie. Team Safire is back in the ring. He's not done yet. Safire pinning Debbie. Just been informed that both members of a team need to be eliminated for the team to be gone. Lyra being pinned by Kasey. Lyra is eliminated. Shewolves are that full force. Kasey with a chair taking out Safire. Lee pinning Debbie. She kicks out. Now Lee and Kasey are in trouble with Debbie putting a disarmer on Kasey. Kasey taps out. Everyone still has a chance. We have one member of each team still in this. Safire breaking that pin makes no sense. All three teams still in this. Safire taking it to Lee. Debbie's out. Springboard moonsault. This might take out Debbie. No, she kicked out. Lee immediately hitting a moonsault from the top rope onto Safire. Debbie with a chair throwing it at Safire. Elbow drop. Can Debbie eliminate Safire? Lee taking a breather on the outside. Package driver, but Lee broke that up. I don't understand. You want to eliminate your opponents, not help them. Lee setting up. Power bomb. And Debbie again. They're breaking up each other's pins. This makes no sense. You want to eliminate. A punch and a drop kick at the same time to Safire. Safire is able to reverse Debbie. To be met by a kick from Lee. Kendo stick. But Safire is able to get a boot in there. Back and forth between these two. Reversal after reversal. Safire now in control. Elbow to the back of the neck. Looking to finish it. Debbie gonna allow a pin. Shewolves are eliminated officially. Safire and Debbie. Who is going to get the win and advance to Celtic Frenzy? Debbie. Back and forth between these two. Debbie taking Safire into the corner. Big belly to belly. Taking it to the outside. You can't win out there. Taking her back in. Possibly considering finishing this. Taking the time to taunt Safire. You got in mind here. Rams her into the buckle. Wasting too much time. Safire reversing out of the corner. Safire now taunting Debbie. A kick over the top rope. Debbie crawling to the corner. Can Debbie come back? Or will Hyperactive be the #1 contenders? Beautiful maneuver by Safire Reed. And was almost enough to finish it. Debbie busted open. Safire to the top. Taunting Debbie to get up. Diving thrust kick from the top rope. Debbie's in trouble. This has been a brutal matchup. Both these opponents are bloodied. Cher now. Think she might have it, but it's a rope break. Debbie managed to get her foot on the rope to continue the punishment or possibly get the victory. That elbow to the back of the neck as it finished off Lee. Is that going to do it? Hyperactive advance. Triple threat for the tag team titles after William Regal made the decree that British Strong Style would defend the belts in triple threat or triple tag team match, 6-man tag team match. Yeah, sure. British Strong Style won the titles from the Social Elite in a handicap 3-on-2 match. William Regal then said that they would only defend the titles in 6-man matches. They beat Gallus on the last episode of CLW. That was all 3 members of Gallus. Now they're taking on all 3 members of the Kings of the North. Bonesaw, Damien, Corvin, and Big Damo. And of course we have William Regal, Bulldog, and Charlie Dempsey representing the Tag Team Championship. Corvin now dropkick to the back of Bulldog. We're heading into our final premium event of the season. Our biggest event of the year, Celtic Frenzy. We already know it's going to be CM Punk defending the CLW Championship against Jacob Fatu. Paige defending the CLW Women's Championship against Nightshade. As we just saw in our last matchup, Hyperactive will now be challenging the new Women's Tag Team Champions, Lita and Victoria. And Doyle will be challenging the Slancha champion, Finn Balor. Celtic Frenzy is taking shape. It looks like an amazing card so far. But we still have 4 episodes of CLW before we get there, so who knows what's going to happen. By the time St. Paddy's Gold Rush is done, we'll know the number 1 contenders for the Tag Team Champions, which will be the winner of this match, whether it's British Strong Style or the Kings of the North. Will be facing the winner of the Triple Threat Tag Team match with New Catch Republic, Social Elite, and The Draw. And we'll also determine the number 1 contender for the Celtic Championship, currently held by Kaia McKenna. The 3 participants in that match are Liv Morgan, Anna Taylor, and Alissa White Blues. British Strong Style in control as Charlie Dempsey's taking it to Bonesaw, but he backed into the wrong corner. But he's able to get Bonesaw over with a hip toss. Could have almost gone for a pin there, as that was nearly a perfect plex. Rope break. Charlie maintaining control over Bonesaw. Tagging out to Regal. Bonesaw trying to fight back on Regal. Setting him up for maybe a power bomb. Right in the middle of the ring. Sends Regal into his corner. Double team as Damo's tagged in. Double shoulder. Damo now in control of Regal. Damo backing into the wrong corner, being assaulted by all three members of British Strong Style. One count. Regal maintaining control, and I thought he was going to go for a tag. Instead, he's to the second rope with double axe. Damo probably should have gone for a tag instead of heading over towards that corner. Regal going for a pin. Only a one count. Damo trying to make a comeback, sending Regal into his corner. Tag to Bonesaw. Double team coming in. Taking him out. A splash and a clothesline combo. Dempsey making the save before a one was even counted. Regal going for a pin. One count. Bonesaw able to counter Regal. Suplex into a pin. Kings of the North have won the championships. Doyle is the #1 contender for Finn Balor's Sláinte Championship at Celtic Frenzy. Lita and Victoria are the new CLW Women's Tag Team Champions and will be facing Hyperactive at Celtic Frenzy. And the Kings of the North are the new CLW Tag Team Champions. You're not going to want to miss part 2 of St. Paddy's Gold Rush. So unless you're the village idiot, you should like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.